Where do I get started? How do I get started? Alright, let me stop. I'm going to show you guys today how I got my first payout, or not show you guys, but tell you guys exactly how I got my first payout, what steps I would take if I were to restart, and resources just to get your first payout, because why wouldn't you want to get your first payout? I'm going to literally walk you through it right now. So first, I'm going to keep this short too. I'm going to keep this mad short because I don't like talking for a long time. I'm sorry, guys. And nah, I'm playing. My mouth gets dry and I like to do shit in one take. So let's just do it. Alright, so first you're going to start with your basics. You want to learn your basics like your candlesticks, your trends, breakup structure, all that. And I have a whole PowerPoint of that in my Discord. Not a plug. It's completely free. Don't worry about me trying to plug anything. But it is in the description. I'll put it in the description. Okay. But yeah, just ask the admin and they'll, send it to you. But boom. What's next? We want our confluences, right? You got that in your basics. You got, candlesticks. All the basics, right? You're done all the newbie, beginner, one-on-one trading stuff. All right. So now you want to learn your confluences. What are confluences? They're like pieces of a puzzle that we put together to then create our strategy. All right. So what is our strategy? Or that's like when I say model, you guys probably hear me say model. Find your model, follow your model, and that's what I mean. We have to find our strategy. Our model is our strategy, okay? And in order to do so, we need to understand our confluences, like order blocks for value gaps, SMT divergences, liquidity sweeps, all of that. All right, all of that. And I know it's kind of boring, but like you gotta learn the basics. You gotta learn the stuff. It's essential to be a day trader. All right, unless you're trading some bullshit like freaking trend lines or support resistance or whatever. And don't get me wrong, like you can go ahead, have fun with that, but I don't really know a lot of traders, and I'm not dissing on anyone, but I just don't know a lot of traders that are actually profitable with those techniques. Okay, so after you got your basics down, candlesticks, trend line, break structure, all of that, you got your confluences down, liquidity sweep, SMT divergence, order block, breaker block, or inverse for value gap, all that. Now you want to learn a base model. So ICT has a couple base models. He's basically like, if you don't know, ICT is like the engineer of his trading stuff. He calls himself the mentor of your mentor. Okay, and he is my mentor, basically. Nah. But not my literal mentor. I never really had one. But I watched a lot of YouTube, and ICT was one of the people I watched. And ICT has a lot of good models, though. So these base models, it's just like, think about it as, I was talking about a whole puzzle, right? In order to build our puzzle, our strategy, we need something to lay our puzzle on, and that's our table. Our table is our base. Okay, so we need that base model, and ICT has a lot of different base models. He has market maker model, ICT power of 3 model. A lot of models. You can look it up, do your own due diligence. I'm not going to tell you literally everything when literally everything you need is on YouTube. I'm being so for real. I never had a mentor too, and I got a payout. I mean, it says something, right? But yeah, I use ICT's power of 3 personally, and I have a whole YouTube video explaining that too and how it works if you want to check that out. Another thing, next, I would say, so we got basics, like candlesticks, trends, and all that, confluences, order blocks, fair value gaps, liquidity sweep, SMT diversion, all that. We have our base model, which is like ICT power 3, market maker model, all that. Now we have our algorithm, right? So we want to learn market algorithm, and how I would go about this is going into ICT's 2022 mentorship, completely free on YouTube. He still has it up. Me personally, I did not watch that whole thing. That man's voice is so boring, and those are like freaking hour 30 freaking long videos, bro. I'm like, I fell asleep every single one. It took me a whole month just to get down to 5 episodes, bro. 5 episodes. Like, come on, bro. But I did take a lot of notes though, and I did watch them briefly, the 5 episodes that I did watch, and that's all I really needed. And it might be different for you. I would just watch until you think you understand what's going on. All right, so ICT's 2022 mentorship. Check that out. Check that out on YouTube. And if you want my notes from the 5 episodes that I did watch, the first 5, I have them all in the Discord. Just DM me on Discord. My Discord's in the description, and I'll send them to you free of charge. Of course, I don't I don't pay. I don't charge for none of this shit right now. None of that. Okay. Which is crazy to think, because this whole trading space is just trying to get extra buck off y'all newbies if you didn't know that already. All right, so just to let y'all know, I'm not doing that, but just to let y'all know. But I'm like looking out for y'all, of course. But what's next? So we got basics, confluences. We have base model, market algorithm. What's next? So we're going to go to TradingView now. We got all our 4 components, basically all that we need. Now we're going to basically take those components and put them into TradingView. We're going to apply our base model, right? And within that base model, we are going to apply our confluences that we see. We're going to find an entry point within that model, and basically just figure out how we can piece together these confluences in our base model to create our strategy. All right, so we're going to do that, and once we have our strategy, we're going to back test it, right? So you can go back in time on TradingView and basically use your same strategy, but in different points of time in the market. Okay, so this is going to basically validate your model and your strategy. All right, so after you do that, you got it pretty much down. You think you got it down, you think you're ready. Well, you're not. It's going to be like that a lot in day trading. You're going to think you're ready. You're going to think you're like, oh, I'm ready to be rich. But nah. No, buddy, not yet. Not just yet. But trust God's plan. Trust the plan. Okay? So now you're going to take your model, your strategy, and you're going to, now instead of back test it, you're going to forward test it in what we call FX replay. I'll put a link down to FX replay in the description here. But yeah, FX replay, forward testing. What is forward testing? It's basically just trading, just instead of being in the live markets, you're in kind of like the demo market. It's not real money being played, but it's still, the market's simulated. All right, it's simulated markets. I don't know why that took me so long to freaking get across, but yeah, simulated live markets. That's forward testing, and you're just testing your strategy, right? But now you're trying to really perfect your strategy. What a strategy is also like a sculpture, right? We gotta like take out the little imperfections when we're making that sculpture. Okay, same thing, with your strategy. You want to take out all the imperfections, take out all the, the bullshit, here and there. Whatever you got to take out to really make that strategy crisp and play out every single time. And this is going to take some time. It's going to take a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, be honest, but as long as you're being consistent, it shouldn't take too long at all. All right, so once you got that down, you ready? You ready to start making money? Because you're not. Okay, I'm playing. You're going to eventually make money. Don't worry. But it's just a process, and you gotta trust it, right? And that's really where faith ties in. Just trusting the process, trusting that God got your back along the whole way. All right, so now you're going to go in back to TradingView, and you're going to open up a paper trading account. It should be like under where it says all the brokers. It should be like a big little box that says paper trading, and you're going to create an account. Click like the settings, and then you're going to click the price in the account, like the account's value, how much money is in the account, and you're going to type in $50,000. Okay, why $50,000? MT, I don't have $50,000. Okay, I know. You're broke. You're broke. No, I'm playing. Chill, I'm playing. No, you want to put in $50,000 because we're training now for a prop firm challenge or a funded challenge, whatever you want to say. Okay, so you can do your own due diligence on that, what a prop firm challenge is. For at least, I'm going to explain the 50K Top Step account. So what a 50K Top Step account is, it's a prop firm. Prop firms give you proprietary funds, which are fake money, right? But it's a challenge, the prop firm challenge. Because if you pass a challenge, you have ability and a chance to make real money. You withdraw real money to your own personal bank account, which is what I do. Okay, so first step is the evaluation portion. You are allocated, at least for the $50 account, $50,000. But in order to pass that evaluation account, you have to make $3,000 on that $50,000 account without losing $2,000. Okay, you see where it's a little challenge, right? And it may seem easy, but it's easier said than done. Okay, especially if you're first starting out. This is why, in order to minimize any potential risk to your bank account and losing money, you want to start on that paper trading account. So you take all the flaws away, get out all the bullshit out of your system, so you can start actually making money and lose less money on those funded accounts. All right. So after that first evaluation account, that first step is going to go. You're now going to go to your second account, right? Which is now your Express account. They send you over once you passed and proven to Top Step that you can actually handle $50,000. You're going to go to. They're going to send you to an Express account, right? There's going to be like a $150 activation fee for this account, but don't worry about it. You'll make it all back, literally with one payout. All right. So now with this XFA account, you have to get 5 winning days of $200 in order to receive a payout. Okay. So and this payout can be all the way up to $5,000. Pretty sure, yeah. With a 50K account, it's all the way up to $5,000. I think the minimum is like 300. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, it's around there, but relatively, you should really get build up your balance to a $2,000 payout. All right, but all right, none of that. All right, we're done talking about funded accounts. Back to paper trading. So you're going to figure out that 50K account, get it done, and treat it as a funded account though. So you want to give yourself allow yourself 30 days, right? And you might fail. It's fine. It might take you a couple tries, but you're going to want to make $3,000 on that paper trading account without losing $2,000. All right, and be wise and trade it be for real about it. Okay, and do that 2, maybe 3 times. Once you pass it, once you do that 2, maybe 3 times, then I'd say you're ready for a Top Step account and to actually go with the big dogs. All right, and to be honest, once you're on that Top Step account, which is the next step, you may even lose, you might even blow your account, and that's okay. That's normal, because that's when we start to learn psychology. All right, and then so you're going to want to really reflect on yourself, understand your psychology as a day trader, but really you could ignore all of that and just strictly follow your model. If your model is profitable, if your model works, and you tested it for hours and hours on end, and if it works, you will be good. That is your edge in the market. That's what's going to push your probability to win your trades. All right, so now got all that done. You're on your Top Step account. You blew your first one. But yeah, follow your model. You'll pass it. Get on your Express account. It's going to be even harder on your psychological aspect because you're about to make some money. You're getting all hype, eager. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Follow your model. Have discipline to follow your model. Have good risk management. Understand, figure out risk management. You can watch some videos. I have a video on risk management. You can check that out. Talk to people in the Discord as well. They're very helpful. We got people all the way from literally just starting to trade to people making 40 freaking K a month. Yeah, that's crazy. That's more than I'm even anywhere near right now. So, yeah, do that. And you should get your first payout. You did it! Hooray! Okay. Sorry to do those ad libs. I gotta stop doing them ad libs. But yeah, that's how you get your first payout. That's at least what I would change about my journey too. And I feel like that's truly the best way to go about it. If you have any questions, definitely join a community. Joining a community holds you accountable. It holds you accountable for your discipline. Gets you right with your psychology, them helping you out. Not really helping you out, but letting you know, you should probably, take this trading day off. Your psychology's a little messed up from that last loss or something like that, right? I also live day trade in the Discord, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. So all free right now. You can check that out. But yeah, that's exactly what I would do to get my first payout. All right, y'all have a great day. Just remember, throughout this whole journey, trust God's plan. He has a plan for you, and whenever it's time for that first payout to come, it will come. But God bless you all. I love you all. God loves you even more. And it's always more than trading.